Hello and welcome to Happy Foot Sad Foot, the post-game live stream show. We had a goal party tonight. Travis and Vince were both at the match. I'm at home. Travis, they will both be joining me soon. Travis is trying to get up into a room. Vince is trying to get out to the plaza. We'll see who can join me and when. But until then, we got to go live because the party's got to keep going, guys. What we were due for one of those. And it looked on the schedule. I didn't want to say it out loud. I'm sure a lot of people had this thought and also didn't say it out loud. It looked like maybe this was one of those games that could have been one of these games, and it was. And that was a lot of fun. Very cathartic. We got callers already waiting. We got people in the chat. We will post the link soon to call into the show if you want to call in as well. I want to know a whole lot from Travis and Vince and whoever else would like to call in about what the vibe was like at the stadium, because that looked real fun. Damn, I mean, that was a fun one. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of happy foots, a lot of sad foots. Well, not a lot of sad foots. A lot of happy foots. Excuse me. A lot of happy foots, not a lot of sad foots. We got maybe we should just do while we're waiting, maybe we should do a little table of contents. How about that? Because there's a lot we got to make sure we cover, right? We got the Bogusz banger, which was a beautiful goal, maybe worth the debate of goal of the season. Maybe we have a few others to review, but that was maybe the goal of the season right there, the first one. Kei Kamara passed Donovan for the record, right when we wanted it to, right when I wanted it to. The bet cashed, folks. I'm going to come out and say it before anyone has a chance to. I'm fucking rich. That's what's happening. What else? Bawanga, Bogusz again, Angel. I mean, everyone had a little taste tonight. It was beautiful. I'm sure someone's gonna find some sad foots. I see Jeff Talk Hill the foot is waiting in the wings here. He's able to talk. He could come in with a sad foot. He could do the new normal of who gives a shit. We'll see what happens. Travis is in the chat, but not on the show yet. He's in the chat from Twitter saying, I'll throw it up here. I'm waiting outside the room I normally stream from. There's people in there who won't leave. Well, that's the update. That's the update from Travis. I don't know where Vince is. He could be anywhere. We'll see. I really want to save a few of these things for when they do get here. Until then, I see LAX Andy, you are muted. If you want to join the show, let me know. Unmute. Let's see if we can squeeze you in here before Travis and Vince get here, because I know you're at the game, and I would love to get a sense of what you like. We're getting good audio. Andy,
hey there. Sorry, what was that?
You're on.
Oh,
What's up?
no,
How's it going?
well-
What's the vibe at the stadium like?
I mean, to your point, I think that Kamara goal was one of the more magical reactions we've seen. The environment of the stadium was definitely electric after Kamara. And he got man of the match as well.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he went over, and you could just, when they made the live announcement after he scored, talking about how he surpassed Landon and got a huge ovation for that. And then another huge ovation when they announced him as the man of the match at the end of the game.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. I guess you got it, right? Like, it's historic.
Yeah. It was, and to your point, I know folks were kind of saying they wanted him to get it against the Galaxy, but look, Landon Donovan spent several years trying to get out of San Jose too, so it's just as good as against them.
Plus, Wanilowski's San Jose. I think it's fitting. I think it's good. And we got Galaxy next. You can still take it to the Galaxy. Why not? You can still put an exclamation point on there. What looks like Vince is here. I'm gonna add him too. Vince, we got Alex Andy already here, beating you to the punch. You're both out there.
How dare you? How dare you? No, I love
What can you guys guys tell me more about what the vibe was like in the stadium tonight? What's going on? It looked electric. It looked like the only a reaction any reasonable person could have to a game like that.
Have we not commented on your haircut yet?
No, there hasn't been anyone to come.
I'm sorry. I know you asked me like a real question.
You just got here, Vince. You're the
Darren has a
co-host.
haircut. Yeah, but why did you do that? Why did you do that? You
I
got a
had my
haircut,
barber.
so-
I had my barber here. We watched the game together. I said, cut off an inch for every goal.
Andy, how do we feel about his haircut? I like it.
I think it's looking very sharp. He looks like one of those Popeyes cartoons, you know?
I don't
With
know
those-
what's a
with the-
Popeyes cartoon.
Like, you know, they had like the hair kind of parted in the middle. What's that Syndicate?
Like
Kingfisher
Popeye's
Syndicate.
chicken?
No. Like Kingfisher Syndicate. That whole line of cartoons. Like
Oh.
Daffy and all them.
You look like olive oil.
Okay, follow-up question. What's a cartoon?
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm kind of disappointed because he totally screwed it up. I asked him for the Landon Donovan, and he gave me like a normal haircut.
That's fair. Wait, can we just say, Darren, I think your bet cashed.
I'm actually pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna do this post game and then go drink some beers, but now I gotta pay you some money.
I'll take the beers.
I mean, I'll pay you in beers, but I mean, you're gonna have to wait for them.
That's fine. Yeah. Do you know what? Drink beers tonight. Yeah, you can you can have an IOU, and
Okay.
then just you got to enjoy the night.
Okay,
I can't not let you enjoy the night.
Should we finally answer your question?
What was my question? The vibe of the stadium?
The vibe in the stadium. The vibe in the stadium, honestly, from like after the second goal was like, we've got this. It's pretty good. LAFC passed the ball around and just basically they controlled the entire game. San Jose can maybe look at this and go, we've got 2 goals, but like it was not. It was a performance from top to bottom. They really dominated them. It just felt fun in the stadium because I felt like at no point. Sorry, I'm looking because there's someone.
Oh my god!
There was like no point. There was no point where it felt like this game was ever in jeopardy. I'm not joking. It was from front to back, just a dominating performance.
It looked like that. For those of you who are just listening later, that ridiculous noise that may or may not have completely broken your eardrums was Travis coming up from behind Vince and joining Vince, and then leaving. I guess now he's gone again.
I hope he shares.
Does Travis know this is also his show?
No, I hope he shares why he's out here.
He said there were he couldn't get into the room that we're normally in.
I mean, I can't imagine why.
The room. I think it's okay to say that the room that we normally use is in the press box, and it's usually the technical staff of the opposing team, and they are usually done right after the game, so they pack up and leave.
I'm watching him walk with a bunch of gear. He's got a lot of stuff, like a lot of things that could do things very well.
Travis, oh my God!
Hello, I don't have headphones.
Oh,
I wasn't
wow.
anticipating this.
This is just going to be great.
Look, you can see Vince in the background.
Oh wow, this is something. We still got LAX Andy. You're still here. We've got 3 people from the
Andy,
stadium live.
Andy, please comment on this. I'm sorry, I just dropped in.
No, you're good, Vince, because I got to talk a little bit before y'all came in and just saying that Kamara scoring the goal was an amazing environment. Him getting the man of the match was. You just really got the sense that the crowd was able to appreciate the history behind it.
Yeah. How could he not, right? Like, of all this, I mean, to be fair, I think Bogusz might have been man of the match, but it has to be Kamara, right?
Yeah, this is what we were saying before. It's historic. It's funny that Kamara gets the record, and the game he gets the record, there's also like pretty good arguments for other people to get man of the match.
Yep.
Bogusz with 2, one of which was just beautiful header.
Talk about the goal that didn't count. Oh my God.
Oh
That
yeah.
touch and finish, Jesus! Like that was one of the best goals I've seen all season. And here's the thing, VAR or not, cool goals count. That's the new rule. Cool goals should count.
I
That's
totally
the new
agree.
rule.
I think they were kind of taking the opposite tactic there. How quickly the flag went up on that one, to me, the linesman was like, sorry, this is too much. This is all too much. I can't handle
bro.
it. We cannot allow this goal. It is too many goals, too many good goals. It's too much.
Yeah.
It needs to go the opposite direction.
I want to point out one other goal that I think a lot of fans will enjoy, which was Dueñas to Ordaz to Ángel for our final goal of the match. The wet dream of the sickos, the real sickos.
The sickos wet dream. I love it. Yeah.
They're sickos for two reasons.
We let the kids play. For one play. Let the kids have one play.
One play at 5-2. Just get crazy.
That is a real sicko goal. I love that. That's beautiful. LAX Andy, I don't want to keep you here. Anything else that you want to give us? Happy Foot, Sad Foot, before you head out?
I mean, Happy Foot, obviously, I called the Angel goal in the chat. Was very, very excited about that.
I can confirm that.
And Sad Foot, other than meeting Jeff Talk tonight, was just then my wife is calling an Uber from the airport. I wasn't able to give her a ride. But actually, just going back to the Happy Foot thing.
Wait, LAX Andy can't give a ride to his wife. You're the man. You're the LAX man.
Well, it's Long Beach Airport, so it's a little different.
Well,
that's your job.
I will say this, Andy. She arrived at the greatest airport in Southern California.
All right.
Just
Vince, come on.
She just landed in soft gloves, a beautiful airport. So you know what? She's fine.
I had to walk away from Vince because
the home airport of Sublime.
We all know Burbank's the best.
No, I just had to say, reflecting back to where this was really La Revancha. If you look back to that May 4th game against San Jose, where we were, folks calling in talking about how this was a wasted season, it's a lost season, and here we are tied for first place. Bouanga 3 goals out of the Golden Boot, and we have a match in hand. So I'm feeling pretty good, and we have the second best goal scorer in the league coming. So, yeah, I'm feeling great.
All right. Thank you for joining us as always. Thank you. It must have been a blow to the heart to not be able to be at LAX tonight, but I'm glad that you were at the match. LAX Andy, boy, that's tough. It's not an appearance from LAX Andy without a reference to LAX.
It's so weird to be able to see Travis from like.
I love both of you guys being there. This is awesome.
Yeah,
so
we're getting the real vibes.
Basically, what happened is I went out to where we normally record the thing, and as I walked in, 2 men in suits walked into the room we normally go in and shut the door. And I was like, okay, guess we're not recording in there. And then I popped in.
Hey, you're live. Bye.
So now I'm out here with Vince, like a common plebe.
Yeah, it's rough, right? This is what it's like. It's weird.
I've been there. I to be honest, I think it's more fun.
Darren and I are actually the originators of this. We did
That's
this
true.
first.
We did this together once.
Yeah, we did this at the Western Conference Finals, and this is, I think, it's become a thing, as you can tell by the no one here. No one's here.
People don't hang. You know what? If there's one goal that I can establish for us, let's make maybe we can make this a reason why people hang after the game, because you walk out of a match like that and it's like, why is everyone racing to go home? Let's party. Let's do this.
I don't mean to bring this up, but I was on a show where we used to do this, and we used to ask people to hang, and it didn't go well.
Yeah. Fair.
Do you know if they have any funding that we could have?
Vince, you mentioned you sat in section 110 tonight, which I thought was fun.
I did. It wasn't even my section. I just wanted to be there for nostalgia purposes, and thank God I was, because they scored. You know what I'm a little bummed about, Darren?
110 goals.
I think, it should have been 110 goals, because I think that 6 is the record of the most goals that LAFC scored, and I was about to
ask. I was about to ask if that was the record.
I think it is,
Damn.
and I wanted 7
What did
or
we
8.
score against the Galaxy in MLS's back?
6.
Yeah. You
And
know,
6-1 against Vancouver here at home. Like I wanted 7. I wanted 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. Like let's just go crazy. Let's go nuts.
you know, I think enough records were broken tonight. You know,
Darren, I have to ask, did you get a haircut because you knew you were much richer now and you want to look dapper? Having won the bet it and forget it?
I already said that I had my barber over and told him to cut an inch off for every goal.
We'll bet it and forget it. Cover your haircut.
Absolutely.
Are you so bougie that we will not be able to cover that for you?
Bet it. What was it? 60? I think it was 60.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
60 per goal.
Yeah, sure. 60 per goal? Yeah, that'll do it. That's a freak haircut. I love it.
I was pretty bummed because mine the other week was someone will score their first MLS goal and Angel scored his. Do we want to speaking of hair, do we want to, because we did this, we ruined his Open Cup goal. Do we want to comment or should we
Angel? Yeah. We're talking about hair already, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we were
Also,
so horrible.
I gotta say, in person, his hair looks great.
Oh,
I think maybe we were confusing Chanot's hair with Angel's hair.
Oh, maybe.
Because Angel looks great.
You know what? I met up with him right before the game and I gave him some of mine.
Maybe he used my topic that I recommended.
Yeah, maybe we ragged on him for his lack of hair. We also plugged Travis's recommendation for the best way to keep your hair nice and full.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, maybe he just took us up on it. All right. What is it? Topic? Are we sponsored by Topic?
Toppik.
That's right. Go to topic.com/halfosafo for a 404 error.
Did we talk about how we're first in the West?
We're first in the West, baby. Someone mentioned, LAX Andy mentioned that we're tied for first in the West. There is no such thing as a tie on the table. Because we are technically first in the West.
What was the score of the RSL game?
Galaxy won 1-0.
1-0
Galaxy. Cut the goal differential down. We only have 2. The goal differential, we're only below 2 on RSL now because we scored so many. But true. We have more wins than any other team, which I was wrong a few weeks ago when I said goal differential was the tiebreaker. It's wins.
You were, and I didn't want to correct you just because it just seemed like I was like
Fuck
some
you.
kind of
You don't know shit.
You know what,
Vince? You don't know shit.
If you've got one job on this show, is to correct Travis constantly.
I know, but that could be a whole show.
I know, it's just too much. We don't have time for it.
We don't have time.
We didn't have time for the compliments to Travis. We don't have time for the corrections of Travis. It's just like there's the rigid podcasting rules for how long an episode can be.
If you could have your hand talk for the rest of the time, that would be awesome.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
With me in the background. It's funny, though, Travis, as you show up here, not as many people approaching me and saying how much they love the show. What's going on here?
Oh, what's going on there?
Yeah, I think it's my intimidating attractiveness.
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
That's possible.
That's usually what it is when Travis and I go out.
You're a borderline Goslinging.
Try and Gosling.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, well, guys, let's get into it. We haven't gotten into it yet, and we've got callers waiting too, very patiently.
Do we?
We're just shooting the shit here.
I'm looking at I'm seeing Pac-Man up there, and I would love to go up there and just enjoy some things with Travis. But let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Okay.
Travis's face right now is like I wish.
Actually, Travis, his camera went on mute. So
yeah, I'm only looking at him. I'm just looking at his face, and he's bummed that we're not going to be able.
I was trying to put on Wi-Fi because someone commented my internet was bad.
Your internet was bad, but you really want to go with me to level up.
Okay, so guys, what do we want to get? What do we want to get out of the way before we get callers? We got 3 callers waiting.
Great passing game from LAFC.
Thing on the callers because I do think I'm unable to do this from this place for too long.
Yeah, let's go straight into callers.
Let's do it.
I do think the biggest takeaway from LAFC was the ability to pass in this game.
Okay. Jeff Talk healed the foot. Let's get this out of the way. I mean, come on. welcome to the show. You come on giving us the finger. You're on. What are you on the subway? What's going
I'm on the
on?
train there, and I'm not a fucking fancy guy who hangs out at Pepsi Plaza or fucking hangs out at their house. I'm a
Hey,
proletariat,
I'm
my
about to get
friend.
on the bus from here. So
You're not a fancy guy. I'm at my house because You bought tickets to the game. That's more
Yeah.
fancy than staying at home.
No, it's not, Darren. And you know it. In your heart, you know that staying at home and fucking drinking your seltzer water, that's fucking bullshit. Vince and me were at the fucking game. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, here's my
We
new
went
thing.
I saw that empty
LAX
Strawberry
Andy,
Daiquiri in that photo.
I don't want to hear about it. All these fucking people, we're going to Pepsi Plaza the next game. That's the fucking half-o meetup. I'm tired of this
Let's
fucking
do it.
bullshit where I'm on
Let's
the
do it.
train, Vince is at fucking Pepsi Plaza, you're at your fucking house. Pepsi Plaza, that's the fucking place. Also, number one with a fucking bullet, all you motherfuckers doubting everybody, fucking all this bullshit about, oh, we're so bad, we're so fucking shitty. We're number one in the West without Giroud and without fucking Greece.
I'm sorry. Is this
Number
Jeff
one with a
Talk
bullet. Put it on your
talking
fucking
shit
list.
about doubters of LAFC? What is
this
happening
a new
right
level.
now?
Absolutely. Because my number one thing is being right. Unlike all you fucking cowards who fucking want to talk this bullshit.
Oh my
Griezmann's
god!
coming, Giroud's
Wow.
coming, fucking, we'll win a Leagues Cup and we'll win the fucking league. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Number one. With a bullet.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
joining us,
Also, I don't know
Jeff.
if you guys know this.
Train went in the subway.
Fuck you, Dan.
Oh.
Eat a dick.
Yeah. No, you're breaking up. No, you're breaking up.
You're still on. You're still on.
Leave him
Come in
on.
if you want.
Don't let him come off.
No, leave.
Don't take him off.
Just
The
mute him,
one
but leave
time
him
I got
on.
a good exit line, you guys fucking want to keep it. Let's just say that some people in here, let's say Daniel, I can't say his last name because my Korean's not that great. In here, all crying about how we're terrible and all that fucking bullshit. We're great, guys. We're number one in the West without our fucking DPs. We have one.
Who the
DP.
fuck are
we have
you?
One fucking guy.
Who
I'm
is
tired of
this?
bullshit? I'm correct. I'm not a fucking hater. I'm not a fucking doubter. I'm correct. Pepsi Plaza, next game. We're all going to be there. Especially you, Dan. I'm tired of you fucking sitting in your house. I don't care you got 2 kids. Fucking come out. Pepsi Plaza.
Jeff Talk, I have
All
3
of us.
kids.
We're going to be there.
I have 3 kids.
I don't care how many fucking kids you have. I got 2 kids. You think
This
I
is
don't
child
got kids,
erasure.
Dan? I
Wait.
don't want to hear about that. What's the baby's name? What's the
Is
baby's
this a
name,
contest
I
of
don't
kids? What's going on?
Listen, okay, I really need
Thank
to
you
set the
for
record
joining us,
straight here.
Jeff Coke.
Coke. Whatever. Fucking have a drink, Travis. Fuck.
All right, Jeff Talk, thank you for joining the show as always.
Oh my god.
Jeff,
Wow.
I like this Jeff.
That was a lot.
That was great. That was
Jeff
awesome.
is gonna die of a heart attack on top of an escort tonight with that energy.
Listen, this is really important. This is really relevant, and everyone really needs to know. I've got a 6-year-old and I've got 3-year-old twins. Those are my kids. Okay,
That's how you get 3. That's how you get 3. Twins, they still count as 2.
that's what happens. Okay,
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
How you get 3 is you say, let's have 2 kids, and then it turns out the second is twins.
You also have a dog, Darren. And I
do.
don't think we should discount that. That's
Which
the
we
4th
shouldn't,
kid,
because
or
it's
at least a half.
It's an excessively high maintenance dog. You could not possibly imagine how high maintenance this dog is.
I bring that up because I'm very happy that your dog is okay after they dealt with this.
Yeah, we had a scare. We did have a scare. We did have to go to the urgent care vet last week. Turns out she's fine.
My cat today found a little bit of gum in a trash can, and I literally yelled at it, "I'm not taking you to the vet over some gum." And you know what? You can judge me, but I love my cat so much. But they should not be doing that. That's just
That'll happen.
We can only go to urgent care for certain things, and that's not one.
There's a really high floor to what you're paying when you go to urgent care.
Absolutely.
The day after she came back, I caught my 3-year-old daughter feeding her grapes, which if you don't know is poisonous to dogs. So it turns out it was a low enough number of grapes that we were like, this is fine, but
allegedly.
It could have been a real roller coaster.
No, the worst part is you show up to urgent care and go, my dog did this. And they go, yeah, but did this happen? And you go, I just told you what happened. Please give me the bill for this. And they don't. They give you the bill for everything else.
That's true. All right, we got a lot. We've still got a lot to talk about the game. We got more callers.
Was there a game?
This is fun. I like just enjoying the moment. I think we're
This
just
is my
letting
least
it. We're just
pleasant
letting
live
it
stream
sink in.
experience I've had. Just loud, loud drums from the stadium, and I could hear Vince yelling behind me, behind this brick wall. And I don't think anyone could hear what I'm saying at any point. And
No,
it's
your
important that
audio is actually coming in great,
hell yeah.
and I'm glad
Since
that
I
you're
got thrown
having
the wall.
a really good set at the Improv tonight.
Yeah, you
And
got a good
another
bounce.
thing, the difference between men and women.
Yeah,
is-
tell
Oh,
us
yeah,
about
go
it.
You can't say anything nowadays.
So many words have been canceled.
Oh, I can't believe you're doing a fake green screen. This is so funny. Okay, LAFC Luke, are you come off mute if you want to join the show, or if you want to go audio only, that's cool. We're gonna have you on.
Or if you don't want to join the show, we totally understand because we've gone off the rails. It's
This
6 to
is
2.
we started off the
I
rails.
can't believe I can't believe the show's done
Hi?
this long.
Luke,
Hey, was there a game tonight?
Yeah, right.
it's unclear at this point.
Oh, okay. Is that what's happening?
I don't know. Well, you tell us. Were you at the game? Were you watching? What's going on?
We were there. We were there with a bunch of our friends.
Awesome.
Do you have anything you want to say about
Looks like
soccer?
I'm
Because
the-
we could talk about when to take your dog to the vet some more.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I didn't realize that dogs count. I mean, I guess that means we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
All
Of
right.
course you do.
Yeah.
We can compete on the emergency vet visits for sure.
Good.
It
Does count. I think it does count.
We don't need to go down that. I mean, that's not a happy or sad foot right now. We don't need to
It
go
hits
down
your
that
bank
path.
account just the same. Okay.
That's true.
What can you tell us that I don't know if you've been listening, but we've had a little bit of insight as to the vibe at the stadium tonight. What else can you tell us? What was your experience like?
I mean,
Any happy
look,
foots to us add to the mix? We haven't talked much about the game, so it's wide open.
Well, after around the 50th minute when we were up 5-1, it started to feel like the crowd felt like a Dodgers game. People were just sort of like having conversations, drinking beer, eating food, just having a great night. And like the stress, there was no stress. It was just like we're all just chill, hanging out at BMO. Like
I would say that was true for most of the game, actually. Like, we just had possession in a way that was like very comforting. They like lulled us to sleep. Even when it was 0-0, you could tell that we were in control.
Yeah.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
One of my sad beats would have to go to Mati Bogusz for missing that shot in the second minute. I mean, I don't know what he was doing tonight, but
it sounds like a false sad foot.
Thank you for saying what we were all thinking. Mati Bogusz had a bad game
in the second minute.
To anyone who may be scouting Mati Bogusz from another higher profile team, maybe European, it's really important that you know how bad of a game he had tonight.
Yeah,
he's lacking a lot of really important intangibles, let's say. You might read his stat sheet and be like very impressed, but there's something about him that's just like it's not there, and I don't think that it's worth taking a chance on the guy. I think unfortunately we're stuck with him, so we're gonna hopefully he'll develop, but it'd be nice in all seriousness, it'd be nice if he stuck around. I remember having this moment last season, or maybe it was even the season before. I remember having this moment about Bouanga, where it felt like, oh no, he crossed the line. He's playing too well now, and I'm worried now.
Yeah, but Bouanga was like 29. Bogusz is 22. There's no world in which we keep Bogusz. I love him, but like he's too young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then let him just keep playing out of his mind until it's too late.
So question, and maybe this is a question that Vince could answer, but Ryan Hollingshead gets the goal tonight. Does that mean that he is now the MLS defender with most goals?
Oh.
I believe he already was, or was he?
No, I think it was Graham Zusi who had more.
You're right. No,
are you talking about career? Career?
So I think he's the one behind Graham Zusi, but that's not fair because Graham started his career very much so as a central midfielder. So I don't know how they're calculating that, but I feel like that's career goals. And I that's why I feel like Ryan should be the leader. It's a weird, like, way to split it up. But Graham definitely was a central midfielder for the first half of his career, at least.
Okay. All
This
right.
is the kind of insight you can't get anywhere else, guys.
Because look, I was like, we had a lot of goals, which is great, and also like milestone goals. We had the milestone goal for Kei Kamara. We had the milestone goal for Tomas Àngel, and I think we kind of had a milestone goal for Ryan Hollingshead too. Pretty fucking cool.
Plus a diving header, like a beautiful diving header.
Yeah,
just like an overall wonderful night.
Yes,
it was beautiful.
I would the word that stuck in my head was revenge. We needed revenge. We got revenge.
It's true. It's true. It's easy to forget. They beat us, I think, 3-1 in San Jose earlier this year at Levi's Stadium. So I shouldn't say in San Jose. Where's Levi's Stadium? In Santa Clara.
It's close. It's close.
It feels good though to beat a team that we all agree is a massive rival. Like in a game where we were all terrified to play.
Oh, you guys! None of you guys were watching the broadcast. It was funny because Moadu on the broadcast was like, I feel like every 10, 15 minutes he would reveal a little bit more that was like, oh, he's kind of low key like simping for LAFC.
Well, not saying that Travis is bet cash, but the fact that Moadu also called the game and was the Falconer makes me think that one, they did not have another Falconer, and two, Travis's bet might have cashed because that's a weird thing that they were just like, please God, Mo, will you be the Falconer today? Because
is that controversy?
I mean,
did the Falcon drop? The Falconer dropped out.
I mean, there's no reason why Moadu would be the. Normally on a broadcast, you would not come down, do the Falconer, run upstairs as fast as you can, and then start the game. I'm just saying.
That's a great point. We gotta investigate.
Yeah, that's.
I will hereby.
Y'all need to figure this out this week.
Pause the official decision.
Follow the money.
No, we will officially pause the official decision on the bet it and forget it result until more information is known.
You need to do your own research.
That's right.
Do your research.
Ivermectin. Research ivermectin.
Moadu, who's
all the White Rabbit
for like all of 4 days at training camp in 2018. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's true.
So I do have two genuinely sad feet. I'm just gonna say them. I'm gonna get them on the way. I'm gonna let it go. My first sad foot is we let them score 2 goals on us. They were really good goals that we gave up, that we shouldn't have given up, and I'm mad that we did.
Those were. It felt like lazy defending.
Yeah, we just sort of gave up. And my other sad foot, and I don't know, Vince. I mean, I'm gonna sort of lean on you on this one a little bit, but Atuesta just felt a little off to me tonight. I don't know what's going on, but it was like he wasn't connecting his passes. He was trying too hard on some things. I don't know.
I do feel like lately that's been something that people have been saying about him. And yes, he's been caught in moments. Obviously, he got caught up against Austin. That sucks. He got the penalty against Orlando. But I feel like he's still been very good. And yes, he misses passes per se. Like, there was a moment in the second half where he tried to play Boanga, and that's a tough pass to make, and you want him to try to risk that pass. They don't always come off, but in that moment, take it. Yes, maybe he should have scored the goal, too, from Boanga.
That goal was a sitter.
I thought Boanga played him in. I thought Boanga could have played a better pass. I mean, Boanga's not known for his passes. I don't know. I do think there's another level to Atuesta, but I don't think he's been as bad as recently people have been kind of pointing out, because they've just been finding moments, and I think throughout the game though he's been pretty good. I think all I'll say is this: the midfield controlled this game, and they dominated this game.
Ilya had a great game. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks for joining us as always. Hope to see you soon.
Travis just gave me a cute little kiss on the cheek.
I missed it.
I'm with Jason. Jason just flew in from New York, so he's sleepy. So I have to drive him home.
Yeah,
okay.
I think what Travis is saying is like this was 6-2 game, and maybe.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you saying, Vince?
Why do I always have to be the bad guy?
I'll say on Atuesta.
Do you not like doing the podcast, Vince? Tell us if you don't like it.
I would never say that.
Katie Clock.
What do you like more, us or 110 football?
Oh yeah, let's. I had something I wanted to talk about that was really relevant, but we're gonna stop. I want to know the answer to this question.
Uh, I enjoy the grown-ups in the room here more, but
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
the paycheck I got from Wednesday football was
Oh yeah, that's
substantial.
fair. That's
Yeah.
So
totally
you
fair.
1/3 of a Patreon isn't good enough for you?
Not yet.
What about 1/3 of merch? Okay,
I haven't
Katie
seen that
Clock
yet
in
either.
the
I haven't
chat.
seen that yet either. We're still. Hey, by the way,
Still working on that.
we've got 15 members only scarves left. As a
Yeah. Listen,
Look at
Katie
this
Clock in the
beautiful
chat says,
scarf.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah,
what? Yeah, I
beautiful
love it."
scarf, and I would like you guys to all buy them before we have to open them up to the public, so that Vince can finally get a little chunk of the rest of the merch.
Okay, and then Katie Clock in the chat says, "I think whatever reason, Atuesta has been more visible in a way, so you notice when he's messing up more. Maybe he's playing more forward." I think that's it. Also, he's like involved in bigger plays. Like, yeah, I think he missed a sitter tonight. He also, what's going on? There's a lot of noise back there.
There's kids dancing. It's fun.
Okay. He also, I think, like halfway through the first half, had like an incredible pass.
Is it a
to
smash
Luongo
and
that-
grab?
What?
No, he's too small.
He had an incredible pass to Bouanga in the like halfway through the first half that kind of made up for the sitter. Bouanga didn't end up converting it, obviously, but yeah, I think that's a good point. He's just he's around more in a way that's different than like Ilya is kind of behind the scenes. You don't notice what he's doing. Atuesta like makes himself more visible, so maybe you notice weird things more.
He's more on the ball, so yeah, there's more instances. But that's the player he is. Like, again, I think he can be better, but I don't think he's as bad as everyone's saying
Yeah,
lately.
agreed.
Just because he's been in some tough moments.
Agreed. We do have one more caller. Is Travis gone? What happened to Travis?
Travis is gone.
Travis is gone. We've got one more caller. Okay. I believe it's 4 goals is the threshold for Tunip Stan to show up.
No.
He has been waiting in the
Do
wings.
you need me for the nudity?
Tonight was 6 goals.
Yeah, just end it with this. Let's go hard.
Dan, you're on the show.
Hey, I'm not driving. Just want to state that.
Yep.
So you guys don't have sponsors right now.
Right, that's
but
true.
if
We
you
don't
ever
have
do try to get
sponsors.
sponsored, you're going to need to discuss with them that you do have a caller who bears his nipples when the team gets a sum of goals.
That's true. Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
We've been hoping for Super Rhino for a long time. So
yeah, you know, Daniel, I got to tell you, we've been having a lot of conversations with sponsors, and that's usually what ends the conversation.
It's the deal breaker.
There's been a lot of money on the table that we've been passing up because we need to keep the integrity of the show intact.
I mean, I think maybe there's a little wiggle room negotiation. Maybe it's 5 goals, but
that's good.
Tonight,
that's helpful. That's helpful for us. We can bring that to the next negotiation.
Oh, they pay enough. We can do this.
What happened tonight regardless? Did anyone think we were going to get 8 goals when we got 4 in the first half?
We were on pace, right? Why not?
I did.
Yeah, me too. Did you guys say a favorite goal?
I did, but I was legit scared what you would do.
Oh.
Well, how can you be afraid when he's in the north end? There's only so much you can do in the north end.
I don't know what that means. That was like very suggestive, but I'm not sure of what.
He just gave
I'm
me.
not saying that. I'm not saying that he pulled his.
favorite goal. Favorite goal. Mine was Hollingshead.
Mine was the goal that didn't count from Bogusz. That touch and that finish was so baller. But I guess his second goal was my favorite.
All right. Yours was.
I feel like Hollingshead was due for one. You know, we need to the offense is popping off, but if the offense and the defense is popping off, even better.
That's true. That's true. Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence. This is an important part of a 4+ goal win. Is there anything else that you want to throw out there for happy foots or sad foots before we let you go?
Yeah, Darren, I gotta go drink. This is
Yeah.
happening. I gotta have celebratory beer for all this.
That's a wrap on Vince.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.
No, I can't think of anything.
All right. Goodbye to LAFC. Goodbye to Two Nips Stan as well. Thank you once again. We've got another caller. Daniel, you're on the show once again.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us as usual. What do you think? We've had a lot on the show so far, not a whole lot on the match.
That's okay, Darren.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
First of all, happy feet. Darren, you look beautiful with that haircut, sir.
Thank you so
wonderful.
Much.
You should audition for Maximum Coverman of the Year, whatever that crap is. But
oh my gosh, thank you.
sad feet, Mr. Top. I'm not Korean. I'm not Korean. I'm Vietnamese. It's okay if you pronounce my last name wrong, but I'm not Korean. But
is that in reference to was something going down in the chat that we weren't privy to, or did he mention that on the show and I missed it?
He mentioned that I was he kind of implied that I was Korean. So Mr. Talk, I know you don't really care, but I'm Vietnamese. Sad feet. Unfortunately, it came on when Travis and Vince were not here. But last week, I kind of you guys thought I shamed you guys for not visiting here. I was not trying to shame you, but it. I apologize. I just saying. Just look. My dad paid for that trip. Okay, we were stuck on that cruise, and he and like we all got seasick, and it wasn't exactly the most fun. But anyways,
no, for the record, we didn't take it. We didn't take it. We ran with it the way we knew we could run with it. We knew what you meant.
Okay. Just, I just suggesting if you ever get the resources to do it. I kind of use my dad, but
Europe is objectively better. No one's arguing with that.
Just go to Europe. But on to the match. Yeah, I know we haven't really talked about the match on the show, but it was a fire, a burn fire, whatever you call it. It was 6 goals. We definitely
a barn burner.
Yeah, barn burner. We kicked their ass tonight. The Bay Area is the most overrated city in California, so that's for sure. It's even worse in LA. But other than that, we looked fantastic tonight. Mati Bogusz, he's been honestly my biggest surprise of the season. So I didn't really think he would go off like this. Sadly, there's no particular sadly except that goal Matty got pulled off. Like, oh man, that sucked. So whatever. So good win tonight. I just cannot believe that we are this good with a depleted roster and we're technically on top of the West. It's just this season has been bizarre in a good way, and I'm just gonna say it right. Look, I know I have flipped on my predictions. I have a tendency to do that, to make predictions a little bit too early. I tend to overreact. Mr. Talk is right. I overreacted again. I'm not Korean, but I think we have an outside shot of. I could see a MLS Cup final between Inter Miami and LAFC happening.
I think people are starting to say it. I think that's it's hard to deny at this point that that's the trajectory we're on, and hopefully we can stay on it. That's just the question at this point. I think you make a great point that we've got guys out. It's almost like you forget about it. Chanot is not 100%. We had Oliveira's gone on international duty. This is not who we would choose to start in a vacuum, and it's been that way for a bit now. Granted, it's probably that way for other teams that we're facing as well, given the international window. But
here's the thing: our roster is depleted, but you look around the West. Who's threatening to come out the West? No one, particularly. And I don't know. We're the hottest team in the West right now. or perhaps even the league. And it's Miami with Messi and this little span, a couple years. They're bound to get an MLS Cup final eventually, and the league's in a good place. They want ratings. So what better MLS Cup matchup would be between LAFC and Inter Miami? I mean, I can hear Ted Uncle in his underground gambling scene or getting ready. So it's just I don't know. It's just kind of weird because this roster is not really meant to go to MLS Cup final. But given the Western Conference, we just might end up there on accident. And I'm gonna say this right now: we're gonna make a deep run in Leagues Cup. We might actually win it. We might actually win Leagues Cup. I could see that happening.
That'd be a lot of fun.
We got close last year, and
that's true.
So
I think we're looking at 10 unbeaten now.
Yeah, we are. This is like the Oakland A. I mean, I hate baseball, but like this is like the Oakland A's in 2003 when they went on that historic winning streak. Like this is us. Like right.
I
now.
hate baseball, but here's an incredibly specific, accurate analogy. I think it's hard to argue with it. Like, obviously, it's clear that the West is not quite the East.
Kind of weak.
Yeah.
Kinda
and
weak.
So that's our opening that we took advantage of. But we're past that now. I think at this point, you're obviously looking at Miami in the East, and Miami's trying to prove right now what kind of team they can be without Messi, which it seems pretty clear is necessary if they're going to go far. They can't. Obviously, when they have him, they're theoretically unbeatable. He's the best player to ever play. But given logistics, they're not going to have him necessarily enough to win a whole lot of hardware. So I think that's the open question is like the scheduling and how that favors everybody. I think that's the question with Miami. And then the question with us is also like this July 4th match is looking pretty intense at this point.
We gotta put these games at SoFi. Well, why are people so obsessed with the Rose Bowl? It's an ugly ass stadium. It's a hollow bowl. It has history, but it's a hollow bowl. Put that thing at SoFi. But yeah, I agree with all of you, Darren. I just think if we somehow manage to win MLS Cup, like it's gonna be like the most accidental championship run I've seen. It's gonna be weird.
You know, I get what you're saying when you say it's accidental, but I'm sure the front office doesn't feel that way. Not that they could necessarily claim that it's, this is exactly what we expected all along either. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But they did go for it. I think it's more like the skid that we started the season on was not expected either. And nobody wanted that to happen, and nobody expected that to happen.
I thought this was a rebuilding year. It was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a rebuilding year going in. So it's okay, Jeff Tom. I see your comment. I'm just joking with you, but it's just like I mean, I'm just kind of stunned. I'm stunned that we're this good.
I think the sort of cognitive dissonance you're referring to, whether you mean to or not, is like it looked like a rebuilding year, and it started to look like a rebuilding year given how they were playing in the beginning. But then you had like Thorington coming out in interviews being like, "We don't do rebuilding years. We go for it every year." And it's like, well, what about the record? Like you're not winning, dude. And now they turned it around, and it's like his comments are making more sense now. Later on, and it's like, okay, maybe they were going for it this whole time, and they took a while to get going, but yeah, I mean, I would love to maintain that and say that the culture of this club is that there is no such thing as a rebuilding year. We go for it, and it works.
Just I believe more than ever that we're gonna land Griezmann in the offseason. So I'm not leaving that thought yet.
Yeah, and let's remember that this is an unbeaten streak. It's not going to last forever. There's going to be
it's not going to last forever.
We're going to fall. There's going to be ebbs and flows. and we'll see what happens after the next downfall. But yeah, we've got an interesting month or so coming up ahead of us. Any other sort of like happy foots or half foots or notes to leave us with before we get going?
I'm on the verge of thinking about, talking about my finances. I'll probably sign up in a subscription to you guys. I tell Travis that I am sacrificing Netflix for him, so this better be worth it. Other than that,
Wow,
it's nice
that's
talking to
quite
you,
an
Derek.
endorsement.
Yes.
Look, you do whatever you got to do. We certainly appreciate it, but we're happy to have you as a viewer of the show at the very least. Thank you for joining us as always. Oh, I cut you off. Throw it in the chat. He's referring, of course, to the Patreon. I feel like I have to plug it at this point. Patreon.com/happyfootsadfoot. It's $5 a month. Apparently worth canceling Netflix over. I don't know. This is quite a bar to live up to if you do it. But thank you to everyone for hanging out in the chat. It's been great tonight. Thank you for all the support as usual. This show's been a fun one. We went off the rails pretty quickly. But yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, there's a lot more fun going on there. We do a lot more behind the scenes as well. We do all the episodes are ad free there. There's special episodes. There's special merch, 15% off merch. There's live game thread chats. There's ticket exchange. There's all kinds of stuff, and we keep expanding it. And the more people that join it, the more fun it is. The more people that join the chat on these live streams, the more fun it is. This is just a blast. And I think one of the reasons we created the show is that, you have that feeling after the match. Even when you lose, you have this feeling. And it's like, let's blow off some steam. So thank you for everyone who decided to do that with us. It's been a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of any sort of parting insights on the match to leave us with, other than this was just a party. I'm happy Kei Kamara is in the position he is in. You know what? I do want to say one more thing about Kei Kamara, because we can call it quits after this. But I think he also showed some other dimensions of his game that we haven't quite seen this season. He's been kind of like, yeah, if you want to get it to my head, I'll try to score a goal. And we haven't quite figured it out. And then tonight and this week we did. But he had some pretty awesome passes tonight too. In the beginning of the game, he had that like amazing quick draw shot that was like, I didn't expect him to be able to shoot that quickly. Went off the post. He's settling in a way that might go beyond just the on paper scorecard of him getting these goals. I mean, he could be a really valuable player for us going forward. So yeah, I think one thing that we're doing during this international window, especially in a game where we get 6 goals, is that we're strengthening that depth. So I love to see it. And we've got, I believe, a Wednesday off, which is feeling rare now. And then we've got Colorado, and then we've got Carson. So we will certainly see you soon. Thank you so much for being a part of this. If you don't have $5 to join the Patreon, you can still be supportive of the show. If you want to be supportive of the show by just liking this, subscribing to this, telling a friend about this, we've got a whole lot more LAFC supporters that might be interested in the show. Tell them about it, tweet about it, do whatever you can, or just keep enjoying it and go about your life. I know that people's lives are busy and it takes time to give a shit about some dumb internet show. So just, get some sleep. Okay.